Hey everyone, it's Steve from the garden. In this video, I'm going to be harvesting my garlic, and I'm going to show you how I kind of kept track of the different varieties I have, because I have quite a few varieties in a relatively small space. And we'll go ahead and start pulling the bulbs out for all the ones that are ready. I do have a couple that are like the chestnut red. They are not ready for harvest just yet, because they always mature a little bit later. But we'll go and pull everything out and see what we have. For keeping track of things, what I did is I made a spreadsheet that laid out how they appear in the bed, and then like how many of each one I grew. And that corresponds to this bed here. So the bottom would be the back side, and then the ones closest to the camera here, these are the chestnut red. Now the ones over on this end, these are the Matechi. I already harvested most of these already, but I had this one that wasn't quite ready yet, so we'll go ahead and harvest that one now. As part of my harvesting process, I just go ahead and kind of clip off the roots right away. That way the paper part can start drying. And then I go and peel some of the outer skin off. And that allows me to kind of knock off some of the dirt. You can kind of see it just peels right off at that point. And that way I can kind of clean up the bulbs a little bit without getting them wet. It's important that you don't get the bulbs wet, because that will shorten your storage time. And once that's done, I can go ahead and just clip this off. I leave a pretty good sized stem on there. That is also supposed to help with the storage time. So this is a Matechi, so I'm going to just set it off by itself, because I think this is the only Matechi I got left. So moving on, I do have one more Matechi here. So we'll go ahead and pull that one out. And I got three of a variety called Russian Red. Boy, some real nice sized bulb on that one, huh? These were given to me by Kathleen, so thank you, Kathleen. Looks like we had a nice successful harvest on those. Boy, that one bulb right there, that is a really big one. Then on the back side is a variety called Montana Giant. Now, I did harvest one of these already, but these are the remaining ones. So look at that one in the center. That was a pretty big one too. These are also given to me by Kathleen. After that, I have 5 of a variety called Georgia Fire. In this row, this entire row next to it is the Georgia Fire. These are supposed to be very spicy. Looks like we did pretty well in this row. I'm just going to knock off some of that dirt on there and trim them up and clean them up. After that comes a variety called Amish Rockable. These are considered a bit of a gourmet type garlic. Now, from what I read, Rockable isn't supposed to store as long as some other varieties. Now, I think what we have here is that I must have had like a double clove in there, because I had 2 of them right next to each other, because I'm only supposed to have 5 of these. So those look pretty good overall. Now the one extra one, that's a little bit small, but that's okay. We can still use it. And that's the one that was next to it. Now I have a total of 10 of the Rockable. Oh boy, that one's really tough to get out. Oh, that's a nice one. Let's see. Oh, I'm really getting some big ones on all this. Look at those, huh? Nice. Those are some really nice big bulbs I got from those. And I also note that the largest bulbs are the ones I save for replanting in the fall. So something like that one, that'll be one I save for replanting. And probably this one here on the what's now the top. The entire next row is the Georgia Fire. So we'll give these a quick pull. Got a nice big one on the top there. That one's pretty nice. All right. Oh, looks like I missed one there. So, and then on the end, I have 5 more of the Georgia Fire. So, do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's probably one of the smallest bulbs I pulled out so far this year. But look at some of these other ones, nice and big. The rest of that row and the next row are all music. This is a variety that's known for producing large cloves. Now when they produce extra large cloves, they don't necessarily give you as many cloves. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the bulbs are extra big, although that one's a pretty nice size one there. Now, for some reason, music is a fairly expensive variety to grow or to buy the seed garlic for. So saving these will definitely make it much cheaper as the years go by. All right, look at the rest of the music. And that will leave just the chestnut red left to pull, which I will not do today since they can use a little bit more time. Even the music here, I probably could go a little bit longer. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got like 6 leaves on some of these. So let's see. So some of them could use just a little bit more time. I'll grab the ones that are ready right now. And then a couple of these other ones I think I'll leave for. These are ones like kind of in the middle. Looks like some of them could use maybe a few more days. So this is what we ended up with besides the Metechi. We got Russian Red, Montana Giant, Georgian Fire, the Rockable, and then down here is the music. Now for each of these varieties, I did get at least some bulbs that were pretty large. So, and again, those are the ones I keep for replanting. Once I have the bulbs cleaned up like these, or these are the other 2 Metechi, then I go and put them up on these wire shelving I have here in the garage. That way they can dry out, cure. These are some ones I put up last weekend. The outer skin's starting to dry out, but it's still a little bit damp. So these will just have to wait a few more weeks. So all the garlic's been harvested. And next up for this bed is to replace the wood sides. You can see how it kind of bulges out there. So I need to buy some new wood. And I think I will also move it a little bit further this way. And make it slightly a wider bed at that point. And then when I do the potato harvest, I will extend that over to the left a little bit too, to create a bigger walking space between the potatoes and the side of the bed. With all the garlic harvested and cut up and put away for this year, I did go and pull out the largest bulb from each of the varieties I'm going to replant this fall so we can take a look at them. All right, starting from your left, we got Georgia Fire, Chestnut Red, Amish Rockable, Red Russian, or Russian Red, Montana Giant, and Music. So Music had a really large bulb, and so did the Georgia Fire, and along with the Amish Rockable. My Chestnut Red this year weren't as big on average as they were last year. And then for Russian Red and Montana Giant, these are the first time I've grown these. And while they're not supersized bulbs like some of the other ones, these are the best I had for these varieties. So the variety I'm not going to replant this fall is the Metechi. Over the years, I haven't been really that impressed with those. So I decided I'm just going to cut that variety out and not plant them anymore. And when I do plant in the fall this year, I want to make sure that I give the bulbs a little bit more space. So I'm not going to pack them in quite so tight as I did this year. I think that was part of the problem with some of them not getting as big as they maybe could have, is that I had too many rows for the size of the bed I have. So this fall when I plant, I'm just going to have 6 rows of garlic, and that way I can arrange like the drip tape to run right down the middle of each row or each double row, and that should make sure that they all get plenty of water and they have plenty of space to grow out and get big. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer those. And until next time, I hope you enjoyed, got something out of this, and we'll see you on the next one.